Good morning and welcome to Tiny House Farm, not Teal House Farm today. We're here at the Suburban homestead of the one and only, I'm not sure if it's famous or infamous, Grandpa Dan.
Hello everybody.
And if you've been with us for a while, we've done 2 tours of Grandpa Dan's Suburban homestead. We do about one every other year, is that about right? And he grows every year, so we're gonna see what's going on because there's some cool stuff going on. So Grandpa Dan,
there.
Yes, Grandpa Dan is my dad, which most of you probably figured out. And how much land do you have here?
Just about a third of an acre or so.
Okay, and Grandpa Dan lives in a neighborhood and it's got like an HOA, right? So there's rules. So we're gonna kind of show you how he gets around some of the rules so you can still grow some food and do some really neat things, even living in the middle of suburbia. Maybe give all of you who don't have a lot of space some ideas.
This is our main garden. It's a raised bed about 1.5 feet high, and we're growing tomatoes and carrots, and the radishes second planting is in and almost up, and also some arugula lettuce, which is, I'm letting it go to seed. That's some of the tall stuff over there.
This right here. And he already dug up his potatoes, which you saw a picture of at the beginning of the video. As this bed, what is this, 5 by...
It's about 6 by 8.
6 by 8. So this is bigger than the beds we built, but the theory is the same, and I'll link our video below on how to build a real simple raised bed. This one would be larger than most plans you see because most plans, they build them so that you can reach across. This one you cannot reach across to the other side. Does that bother you?
A little bit. In fact, if I'm going to build 2 more, they're going to be 4 by 4 so I can reach across.
So that's just something to think about. He's growing quite a bit of food in here. And this is zone 7, right?
I think it's 7B.
So he's got a much longer growing season than we do, so that's allowing him to do second planting. So when you're thinking about gardening, you don't need acres and acres of space. You can do quite a bit in a concentrated bed. And to extend his growing season, he's DIY'd some really cool cold frames. So you can buy cold frames on like Amazon, but they aren't super cheap. So to save some pennies, Grandpa Dan built his own, and let's take a look at those. So go ahead.
The idea of these is just to put these on top of the wedge here, and it makes a little greenhouse so we can extend the growing season up until, well, we extended it up through December last year.
Does it close off the sides though?
We have side closures
Okay.
as well.
So this is a triangle wedge he built?
Yep.
And then what type of plastic do you have on the frame?
The same stuff you cover your greenhouse with.
Okay. So this is going to be a little better, more heavy duty than the painter's plastic that I used to cover the greenhouse, which you guys know we have problems with that. We have to replace it every year, but it's super cheap, which is why we do that. But a step up here to get an actual greenhouse plastic, it'll be much more durable for you.
Before I build my 2 additional gardens, I decided to take Laura's advice and get some big heavy bags. I'm doing cantaloupe and watermelon and some potatoes in a tire. And I've got some more carrots, more cantaloupe on the other side in bags, just to extend the things I can grow. And I'm really excited about that because I love cantaloupe and I love watermelon. So I'm going to build them up in a frame over and back down again, and actually hang the fruit in old t-shirts.
So I'll show you these. These are a little bigger than the bags we have, which is going to allow him to grow your melon varieties. You have to make sure you do invest in the larger bags because these are big taproot plants mostly, and they will get pot bound if you don't invest in the large bags. But they look really good and healthy, and they're getting ready to grow up your trellis, it looks like.
This is going to be a wood shed, about 6-8 foot tall. It's about 10 feet deep, to put all that wood that you collect. Like, where do you put a 4 by 8 sheet of particle board or 2 by 4s or 2 by 10s? So you end up having to put them somewhere. We can't put them in the house, we don't have a basement. So we're going to build this to store a wood outside. So it's just getting started. I just built the base. It's on some concrete pillars, which were made out of not sonotubes, but oatmeal containers.
You guys know, if you're homesteading, whether it's in the town or in the country, you don't throw scrap wood away because you can always find a way to build something, right?
That's right.
This building, I call it the tiny house. Nobody actually lives in there, but it is completely solar powered, right?
It's completely solar powered. In fact, we put a line into the house, into our generator line. That little shed next to it's a generator shed, and we can power about half the house circuits off either the generator, or during the day, if it's sunny out, we can power them off the solar panels. So when the sun shining, we can have some electricity even if the power's out.
So we have the tiny shed there, which is the power supply, and that's the main house, which is hooked up to the grid, as he said. But you get some supplemental power. You have a freezer in there, is that right?
Yes.
And all your power tools, they can be charged there.
Yes. Everything's battery powered tools.
Do you know what your kilowatt, how much you get a day?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Maybe a kilowatt hour. I don't remember.
All right, and to finish it off, he's got a rainwater catchment system and some hydroponics is kind of something new he's been messing around with. He's going to show us the setup. He's still working out some kinks, so we don't have all the answers, but maybe give you ideas if it's something you're interested in trying and don't want to invest a lot of money. So this setup is right against the main house, and this has both water catchment and the starting of a hydroponics garden. What else?
Well, these are the typical gutters that you get to hold the water and hold the cups that you put the hydroponic plants in. Mine keep leaking, so I'm
The
still
cups
working
are
on it.
leaking or the gutters?
The gutters leak. So it's too hot to grow it in the open air during the summer. So this tends to be a spring and fall kind of thing.
Okay, what do you want to grow in it?
A lot of lettuce.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Lettuce and basil, things like that. Love basil. So I'll grow these. I built this stair step thing in front of the water tanks. We have plenty of water. In fact, you can see my yellow cap up there. The tanks are full.
Well, it's rained for 6 days or whatever since we've been here. All it's done is rain.
So I have 155 gallons of water on standby.
No, it's not potable water, right?
No, it has to be. It would be for irrigation of my plants and things like that. But in an emergency, I could always boil it, put it through my Berkey, and then I would have drinkable water.
Well, there you have it. Thank you for giving us a tour of your suburban homestead, Grandpa Dan. We always love to see your creative additions every time we come by and visit.
You inspire me with your channel, and I always watch it and always like and subscribe.
Well, thanks. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you again really soon.